All right, let's get rocking. That's another Microsoft bull. Two in a row, double trouble. Yeah, I kind of like those Starbucks too. Where's Starbucks? 84? When do they report? Is it this week, right? This week is Microsoft. Let me get hello, Stacy. I had to switch because my laptop battery is about to die, so I had to switch angles. Let me make sure I get the where's Zoom? Crap, where's the Zoom? Uh, tomorrow I'm driving back to Tampa here in the next few hours. All right. Show webinar. Deanna, how do I stream it on YouTube? All I have is record.
You're already on YouTube, which that does remind me, I have to report this. Give me 1 second. Yeah. 1 second.
Oh,
There you go. You're all good, and you're on YouTube.
oh, good. Let me check my YouTube. I'll get the YouTube chat up so I can watch. Oh, I am live.
Yeah. 1 second.
How do I turn this volume off? Oh, I'm just going to
There
do
you
it
go.
this way. Okay, let me get it here. So I got the chat on YouTube. All right, we should be good to go. TW, is that TradeWeb? May 146 calls. Do I have a blank chart anywhere on this laptop? Mm, I do. Here we go. TW. So after the bell today, oh no, my internet. Oh no. Oh, we got it. Trade web markets. 430. Uh, yeah, probably not good liquidity. Yeah, horrible liquidity. Okay, we'll pass on that one. All right. Microsoft May 9th, 385. So wow. And the money calls. Tempting. Gap down last quarter, 430. So we got till tomorrow after the close for Microsoft. How much are they? What is the implied move for Microsoft? You know what we can do actually. We can actually use the market maker indicator. 411, 377, so a $16.50 move. About a little over 4%. So these are probably going to be like $18, 16.30. Oh, oh. Isn't that the second big Microsoft bet we saw? Sweet Green puts. Uh, hold on. Distracted. Sweet Green is what, a food and salad restaurant? Wow, super wide markets. All right, well, that's pretty wild. The 19s are 80 by 310. Uh, okay. Okay. They got scared. All right, let me see what else we saw in Microsoft. Yeah, we saw the 385 calls yesterday for 1.2 million. A double whammy in Microsoft. Mm, mm, eh. I don't love it. I don't love sweet green. Microsoft, I say wait till tomorrow. I think I got burned in Microsoft last quarter. So I am a little scared. Snappies. They had stuff on the penny option scanner. Where was Snappies? There you are. Some weeklies. Is Snap already out? No, they're not out yet, are they? No. Snap is, I think, after the bell. Let's see how much Snappies are. I love that Snapchat. I used to love it back when it was a big stock. Now it's kind of in the pooper. Wow. At 18% implied move? Wow. 11 is your target, 8 to the downside. Is that even right? A buck 63? I mean, the downside, man, is the, yeah, I guess so. Wow. The skew is insane on this stock. Oh, I added to some lift puts at 66. I think I have a 50 lot now on lifties. I think this low end of the range might be messed up here. Oh, you know why? Because I have the gold. That's why. There we go. All right. Do y'all want to do anything for earnings? What do y'all want to do for earnings? Anything? I'm kind of neutral. Do y'all want to do anything for earnings? First Solar? Oh, yeah, we can look at it. Yeah, Tesla popping a little bit here. Ball's getting cheaper, thankfully. Let's take a look at First Solar. Oh, they do have earnings. Today, after the market closes, did we see some puts? I'm leaning a little bearish. I saw too many people get bullish today. So I am leaning a little bit bearish. First Solar, weekly 137 puts. Hmm, where's the stock at? 138. Yeah, if these are cheap, I like them. Let's see if they're under $5. They should be, yeah, they should be. It's only a $10 move. Um, they're 440. This first solar usually move on earnings nowadays. Last quarter it had a little move. This quarter barely a move. No move. No move. I don't think it's gonna move. We could do a, why don't we do this? Why don't we sell a bear call spread on First Solar? Let's do this. We're going to be very conservative today. Let's sell a bear call spread on First Solar. Let's sell the 149 calls. They're about $2. The 150 calls are, oh God, they're wide. They're so wide. Yeah, they may be too wide to trade. Could we get like a quarter? Let's see. I'm gonna try to sell the First Solar 149, 150 bear call spread. I'm gonna try to do 26 cents. I don't think we're gonna get filled. I think the markets are too wide. Yeah, let's try a quarter. We don't get filled at a quarter. I'm just not gonna trade it. So I'm trying to get the 149, 150 bear call spread in First Solar. Might be too wide though, because they're about 40 cents wide. How dare they do this? Market makers, they don't want no one to trade. 149 because it's right at the top end of the range. Tesla, some more calls. I would like to do a Tesla trade. I think it might be too late in the day. Let me see if Tesla options are even moving. Shall we take a look? Will Tesla calls move? So Tesla's up 235. The calls are up a whopping 0%. 3% for May calls. Yeah, so you really need a bigger move for my baby. I do own a lot of stock though. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get filled on First Solar. What if we tried doing a bear put spread? These markets are wide in First Solar. What if we tried doing the 130, 135, 130 bear put spread? Hit control down. $2? That's horrible. All right, well, no First Solar in our life. It does not make sense. Wow, wow, wow. What if I did the 130, 125? $1.35. Oh, it's horrible. No, that First Solar is getting a pass. I think it moves lower. There's just not a good earnings setup, unfortunately. Sadly. Should we do Snapchat? I feel like if I don't do Snapchat, it's like going to the. I feel like if I don't do Snapchat, I wish they hit on the big option scanner. I'm going to do Snapchat just because I like the stock. The XXP XPX trades are at max value, by the way. So you don't have to do anything. I did the same lift I had before, May 11 and a halfs monthlies. My TKO trade is up 61%. So if you join the 4 p.m. payout plan, you don't have to do anything today. The XXP SPX trades will be at max value. So nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to do. Oh, shoot. Oh, look, I took a picture. Look at me. I'm learning technology. So you don't have to do anything. Mr. Calls, that's the monster. I always like that name. Mr. Sometimes I have to email it to myself because I don't have Slack on here. All right, I'm gonna do snap calls. I have to. A day without snap calls is like a day with going to McDonald's and not getting French fries. So I'm gonna do it. Is it the wise thing to do? I mean, Uh, I mean, they hit the penny option scanner. It's not a ton of money for Snap, but anyone want to look up the short float for Snap? See what we're at? Let me see if my mouse works. Oh, it does. Anyone want to look up the short float for Snap? What do y'all think? Anyone? Five? Really? It's only 5.5%? Oh, wow. Mug. Oh, I love it. I want I want like a 30% short float. You know what I haven't looked at in a while is that GameStop stock. 7.5? That's it? What happened to the good old days when there were short sellers in this world? It's funny, all the short sellers got blown up right ahead of the market crash. All right, I'm gonna do it. Mr. is the 405 calls. I'm gonna do it. I like those crypto stocks. They've been holding up well. All right, let's go to the Snapchat. Oh Lord. We got you name it. The tens, the 11 and a halves, 60K. Not a ton for snappies, but heck, it's something. If the 10 calls, yeah, I'm just gonna do the tens. God, that's one bad company, huh? All right. The Snap 10s are 55 cents. Wow, that's a lot. All right. How much do I want to risk? And how much are next week calls? 63. The May 10s are 66. Yeah, I'll be home tomorrow. The 9.5s are 80. The 9.5s for this week are 72. All right. How much do I want to risk? That is the $1 million question. They did what was the calls they did? They did the tens. This is what you call a very low probability trade. But of course, I want to take it because I just want to really. The Starbucks May 9th 80 puts look good too. I'm gonna take Snap. Maybe like 400 bucks. That will be my max risk. Wow, Starbucks is wow, it gave back all the rally from their new CEO. Wow, that's horrible. All right. Snap. I'm going to risk. You know what I should do? I should do the cheapest option money could buy. Because if these don't work out, they're going to go to zero. The 11s for May 16th are 40 cents. You know what I'm going to do? I have a game plan. Here's my game plan because May 16th is my birthday. I'm going to do 500 bucks in snap calls of the May monthly tens. If Snap goes down on earnings or break even, these will probably go to zero. But I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to buy the May 16th 10 calls in Snapchat. And I'll do, how much is 5 contracts? 325 bucks. Mm, yeah, that's fine. We're not going to risk a lot. If I don't get filled here in 2 seconds, I'm just going to pay 66. And how much were the weeklies? 55. All right, I'm just going to pay 66 just to get it over with. Snap. A little, so low probability, just looking for a massive short squeeze. That's really it. There's no real, I mean, it's at the penny option scanner, but let's be honest. 60K in Snapchat is not a lot of money. All right. Well, we got something on the books today. Haven't really done anything else besides the XXP. Yep, 17 days until I turn 37. God, how old am I? How old am I? I was born amazed. I was born on the 88. I think I'm 37. I forgot. Oh, that's horrible. Does anyone ever forget their age? Am I 36 or 37?
I'm pretty sure you turned 36 this year.
No, I think I'm 37. Yeah, I'm 37.
Everyone tell him he's 28.
Right? Because 2025, I was born in 88. Because I'd be 37, right?
Yeah, your math's right.
Yeah, 37. Godly.
Happy
Wow.
birthday.
So well, I have 17 more days. So please let me cherish every day I get. That's not bad. About a little over 400 bucks today in the SPX trades. And it was a little chaotic this morning. So by the way, we're doing live tomorrow again. We'll probably start a little bit earlier at we'll probably start around like 9:15 tomorrow. So if you're in the 4 p.m. Program, we're going to start a little bit earlier tomorrow. And I'll be on my normal setup, so it'll be a lot easier to see everything. On this little laptop, I mean, it's like a little bit bigger than my hand. It's and the internet's so spotty at this hotel that it's a little difficult. Tesla overbought? No, it's never overbought. What are you talking about? It's only have a it's only $11 implied move this week. It's actually real low for Tesla. But overbought, oversold, those are made up terms. You know, they don't really mean anything. Oh no, snap puts just hit. Oh no. No. Snap May 9th, 8 puts just hit. When did these hit? Like a couple minutes ago? Oh no. Well, if I was smart, I'd probably just bust my trade right now, but I don't want to. Why did this dirty dog? Where's the stock at? Snap. I mean, they could be hedges. I mean, they're dollar out the money. If I did like a real size position in Snap, I probably would bust out. That means close it out. But I did a 325 bucks, so up about 400 and something in XXP. So, why not? Why not have a little fun? Get a little fun to wake up tomorrow. Some CrowdStrike puts. I think they get earnings, right? Does Crowd have earnings this week or maybe next? Crowd, when do you report? Oh no, you don't report for a while. CrowdStrike is really good. Remember all those people saying we were in a bear market? Don't buy, sit on your hands, we're in a hurricane. I mean, are we really in a hurricane storm when you have Netflix hitting new 52-week highs? So, the only thing I wish I would have bought more stock on the dips. I bought a lot in IWM and mid caps, but I wish I bought a lot more. But I didn't have any more money. I mean, I did. It's just it was all tied up. Love, General Motors, Pens. Does Pens have earnings this week? Because Pens is another like little social media stock. More Tesla calls. They're really trying to squeeze Tesla here. God, Pens is horrible. Wow. When do you report Pens? You're this week too. Oh, you're next week. Pens is next week. Next week. Any stock with a bad chart you want to buy calls in on earnings, because usually the market will do the opposite. Like Tesla, bad chart, what happened? Went up on earnings. Anything with a good chart, they usually sell off on earnings. Anything interesting hit? Peloton, RDW, Big Bill. Love Big Bill. That's the second day they bought BE puts. Oh, they have earnings. Ooh. BE, 4:30. That's tomorrow. We have a double whammy in BE puts. This might be something. Some Facebook calls they report later in the week. Ooh, I like these stocks that stick out. BE had the 20 puts for this week. I thought we saw BE puts. No, there was calls. My mistake. I thought we saw BE puts a few days ago. It was calls. Whoopsie, my bad. All right. Anything with the penny? Dub DC weekly 39 puts. Ooh, if I could type. Oh my God. Ooh. Ooh. Deck. I have like a two lot of bit deer left. I sold most of them back when it was popping. Yeah, deck. Ooh, y'all want to get Fricky and Dub DC? It's after the bell today. Wow, TKO is a rocket ship. Hmm. Yeah, let's do a little WDC. Why not? I'm all about having fun today. How much are the weekly 39 puts? I'm gonna say a buck 50. No, they're weeklies. It's the penny option scanner. I'm gonna say they're 95 cents. 90 cents. Is there any way I cannot take these? WDC, it could crash. Crashed, pop, nothing. I have to ask myself, can WDC crash? I think it can. Yeah, let's go ahead and take the risk. WDC at $3 implied move. I'm going to buy the weekly 39 puts. I'm just going to do 5 contracts, just like the Snapchats. Why not? WDC instantly filled. Weekly 39 puts. A little earnings action today. Again, don't do earnings big unless you want to, of course, but again, I'm doing the earnings Very, very, very small. WDC is Western Digital. A lot of Netflix puts coming in here. Yeah, something. Again, just some small earnings plays. Nothing really big to push here. Nothing really big. I might try to push some QQQ puts or calls tomorrow and Thursday for those tech giants, but that's probably about it. Probably push some size maybe tomorrow. WDC, the low end of the range is 38. So those puts are priced pretty much to perfection, right? What were they, about 88, 89 cents? Yeah. Oh, no worries, Karen. Start small. Do like one contract or so, and then you can always scale from there. WDC, the weekly 39 puts 88. Let me make sure 88, 88, 89, 90, anything like that is fine. Just playing some small ball. How many SPX did I do? Three? And XXP, I did three. Yeah, it was a little. We'll go over the SPX trades tomorrow. We'll start earlier at 9:15, and hopefully, and I don't think we have any 10 a.m. economic news, so it won't be as difficult to get filled. Let me check the chat here if I missed anything. If I did, just let me know. Okay. Oh yeah, pretty good. Let me see if I missed anything. Roger, 1,500 bucks on WDC. Good job. Or on SPX. Oh God. Uh, very good job. I did a whopping 335 plus 80, 88. Not bad. All right, we should get back into some size stuff tomorrow because you start having the big tech names report. What is the Nasdaq implying this week? And they quit the options. Okay, well, oh, you know what? The Qs have weeklies now. We'll have to check tomorrow. Can we look up NDX actually? Oh, all right, well, they pulled all the option data. Wow, SPX traded 115,557 calls. Wow. Look at XXP. Look at all the volume it's trading now. Look at that. There we go. That's what I like to see. How many options did it trade today? Wow, 75,000. Okay. Oh, that's good. It's starting to become more liquid, that XXP. Yeah, you can do the rut, Susan. Yeah, the rut is fine as well. I actually like the using the Russell 2000. All right, gang. Deanna, are you taking it or am I?
Oh, I got it.
Okay, so here's what we got planned. The if you did not get in on the 4 p.m. payout plan, don't worry, it is not too late. Today the trades were at 100%. It's a great job. But if you did not, we're going to have Jack and myself with our class here at 4 p.m. where you could get signed up. And then tomorrow morning, you'll also be invited to the 9:15, and we'll place the trade at 10 a.m., but we'll start at 9:15 class. for members only. So Deanna, if you want to take it away, it will, Vernon. Give it a little bit of time and it will automatically exit on your platform. Um, but if you did not sign up and you want to, Deanna is going to put on the class that myself and Jack did earlier. And if you have any questions, I'll be in the chat. So go ahead and stream it, Deanna.
Other programs on your computer. Don't let anything distract you or disturb you because you have never seen anything like this before.
Correct.
And I know that because I've never seen anything like this before.
And if you are a
I've been in the
member,
game for 40
thank you
years.
so much.
Lance has
And I'll
cracked the
see
code.
you
You're going to love this.
tomorrow
Now,
again.
friendly
Tomorrow
reminder,
morning.
the performances
Deanna, do you have it
displayed
now?
are from live. Maybe turn off your phone and other programs on your computer.
Think so.
Don't let anything distract you or disturb you
Deanna?
because you have never seen anything like this.
What, is it not showing audio? Yes, it is. You ready?
Yep, go ahead. Start it up.
Okay. No,
Maybe
you're
turn
good.
off your phone and other programs on your computer. Don't let anything distract you or disturb you because you have never seen anything like this before. And I know that because I've never seen anything like this before, and I've been in the game for 40 years. Lance has cracked the code. You're going to love this. Now, friendly reminder, the performances displayed are from live publish alerts between 2/20/25 and 4/3/25. The win rate has been 96.6% on the options. Very hard to do. Amazing, impressive.
Thank you.
With the average return 29% over a 6-hour hold time. People say, how long is the average trade last? 6 hours. Despite the success of the strategy we've seen thus far, we cannot guarantee future results. Using the strategy displayed, there is always a high degree of risk involved in trading. See our terms on the Trading Pub homepage for more information.
Exactly.
Now, in trading, there's losing trades. No system or strategy prints out winning trades 100% of the time. And the purpose of Lance's work is to help give you an edge in the markets. And you shouldn't be trading with real money you can't afford to lose.
Exactly.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jack Carter. Thank you for being here. Today, I'm going to share a basic trade idea that could be worth $250 or more by tomorrow afternoon or about this time.
And Jack, what's beautiful, today, the market did exactly what it was supposed to do. And this is what I'm very, very happy to share with everyone.
Again, this is for real.
Today is a prime example, right at 4
Prime.
p.m. So you may be saying, Lance, Jack, the market didn't do anything today. We went up, we went down, then we finished break even.
For the uneducated, it didn't do anything. But for the people in the know, it was a big payday.
And that's what we want.
Big payday.
That's what we want. So
every day.
We're very, very happy you came to join us today for the 4 p.m. session. So everyone in the chat, we thank you so much. And thank you for not only being here, but to putting your education first.
In fact, if things go as expected, it should hit our account at exactly 4 p.m. Eastern time every single day. Not a minute later. Now, all we have to do is open a position at around 10 a.m. in the morning and let the market run its expected course. And as long as nothing crazy happens, we should see at least $250 hit our account right at 4 p.m. Eastern. Now, I understand that sounds a little crazy. It sounded crazy to me till I saw it. But look at our trade from March 11th. Anyone using this technique could open a quick position around 10 a.m., spent the next 6 hours working their normal job, and come back at 4 p.m. with an extra $333 in their pocket, based on a $1,000 stake. You're not going to get that anywhere else. How about the next day? Anybody following along could open their trade again around 10 a.m., spent the day running errands, come back to $408 profit at 4 p.m. with a $1,000 investment. Again, how about March 14th? He doesn't stop. Once again, anybody leveraging this basic trade could have opened that position every morning around 10 a.m., hit the gym, grab some lunch, and come back to an extra $351 at exactly 4 p.m. That's a total of $1,093 over the course of 3 trading days. And keep in mind, these trades did not come from a back test. Nope. They were not pulled from a study. These were real money trades found and published by today's guest. In fact, over the last few weeks, he's posted 28 different payouts, each of which were delivered at exactly 4 p.m. Eastern time, like on February 26th. We could have popped in our trade around 10 a.m., spent the day on the course, and come back at 4 p.m. to see an extra $298 in our account. Or what about the next day? We'd simply set up that trade around 10 a.m., do whatever we wanted to do for the day.
Yeah.
Maybe you take a nap. And even though the market finished lower, come back at 4 p.m. to see an extra $369 in our account. Now, we didn't have to time the entry. How cool is that? We didn't even have to time the exit. How about that? And we didn't have to hold the trade overnight. Even better. Super clean. And our returns were posted right at 4 p.m. Eastern every single day. Now, I'll admit, something like this should not be possible, right? Think about it. But it's all thanks to a unique phenomenon discovered inside the options market. And it allows anybody to target a daily payout, always delivered at 4 p.m. Eastern. Now, let me assure you, this is not some silly gimmick. It's the real deal, and this phenomenon occurs each day. Every day the stock market is open, and it's driven by market makers. Now, most folks just don't know how to leverage it. But today, that all changes for you. You're going to get a live trade. You see, our guest has promised to share the secret behind these daily 4 p.m. payouts and doing it live. In fact, tomorrow morning, write it down, he's going to walk us through a brand new trade targeting upwards of $250. If you want to see cash flow hit your account, be there tomorrow morning. He's doing it. You can do the exact same trade. But not just that. He's going to show us how to stack these daily trades to target an extra $1,000 a week based on 1,000 stake per trade. Love that. Now, if that sounds exciting to you like it does me, I'd like to welcome you to the 4 p.m. payout project. Unique, nothing like this, high paying, works like a charm. Now, if this is your first webinar with us, my name is Jack Carter. Thank you for being here. I've been an active trader for more than 3 decades. And as a hedge fund manager, my firm posted a 286% annualized return. As a NASDAQ market maker, I moved well over $1 billion in trading volume. And over the last few years, I've produced some of our firm's most successful trading strategies with an 86.849% win rate. But this new style of trading, this blew my mind. It caught my attention, and I'm going to tell you why. It has all the attributes of a strategy that I would trade myself. High success rate, okay, limited risk, low hold time, 6 hours, easy execution.
Very simple.
Affordable options. You can do this for less than $100. And most importantly, you have the chance to collect a payout each day the market is open at exactly 4 p.m. Eastern. I love that. Now, the man behind these 4 p.m. payouts is Lance Ippolito. He's arguably one of the best directional traders on the planet. As a hedge fund trader, he managed a $30 million book on behalf of private clients. But since joining the trading pub, he's shown our members nearly 1,200 unique money-making opportunities. Some of the year's best include an 87% winner in LUV in 24 hours, 125% winner on Verizon in 1 week, and even a 276% winner on CVS overnight. But today, he's doing something totally different. You're going to love this. He's going to show us how to target a bare minimum $250 cash per day without trading in any particular direction. No crazy bets, something's going up and down. You see, unlike most trading techniques, the 4 p.m. plan is not dependent on market direction. Big benefit for you. Doesn't matter if the market finishes higher, it can finish lower, it can even stay flat. Dream come true here, yet each scenario, up, down, sideways, still offers you the chance to target a 4 p.m. payout every single day. And that's why I asked Lance to join us today. He's going to walk us through some live trades, real deal, and show us how we can replicate them starting tomorrow with another new trade.
Yeah.
All you need is a basic trading account like Robinhood, Tasty, Interactive, or Schwab, and a few minutes to set up the trade. And as long as the market runs its normal course, we should see our payout hit at 4 p.m. Eastern. So Lance, why don't you show us how these 4 p.m. payouts work?
Jack, I'd absolutely love to. Before we get too far along, I want to be clear with everyone. Today, you're going to see a lot of winning trades. These 4 p.m. payouts have hit with very high accuracy rate, just like today. In fact, we won 28 out of the last 29.
29 out of 30.
Exactly. And today is just a prime example of we didn't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to time the top, the bottom.
Didn't even watch the market. I was with them all day. He didn't
Literally,
stare at the market.
pulled out my phone maybe a couple times. That's it. With 96% accuracy. $1,000 into each trade would be worth $8,486 in pure profit. But of course, that doesn't mean losses won't happen. If the market does something very out of the ordinary, it is possible to lose. So if you decide to trade with us tomorrow morning, do not over leverage yourself. You see, finding success in the stock market is not about closing one big trade every once in a while. It's about doing the one thing consistently and watching the results compound. That's what the 4 p.m. payout plan aims to do. It's a basic trade anyone can implement any day of the week. All we have to do is set up our trade at 10 a.m. Eastern, wait for the closing bell, so 4 p.m., and as long as the market runs its expected course, just like it did today, the payout will hit right at 4 p.m.
That's so cool.
It's proven to work in the best times, but more importantly, even during those worst times in March and April, it's not an exaggeration either. We jump back to February. This is when the market had its worst stretch of trading since the pandemic. We lost 5.3 trillion in stock market value in 3 weeks, 16 down days.
Ouch, in a row.
And if you had money tied up in the market, well, you probably ended up in the red, sadly. And if you were trading, let's say, call options, well, good luck. 1,000 to each probably would have expired worthless. However, the 4 p.m. payout plan, $1,000, would have posted a drastically different outcome. In fact, we logged 8 winners in a row, even while the market shed 5.3 trillion in value. Now, let me give you some of our trade examples. $333, $298, $333, a little bit more,
Now, these are
400.
day trades.
These are trades
Every day that's
every
happening.
day. We
Not
get in,
holding a bunch of weeks and then get 408.
and we didn't have to time the market going up, down. We enter at 10. These were the payouts at 4 p.m. And you can see they're all about that same ballpark. $315, $333, $333, $400.
Lance, that's actually incredible. Really, the consistency. Now, while most folks certainly lost money, your daily trade paid out 8 different times.
Yes.
In fact, it would have been worth a total profit of $2,764. Now, to put that in perspective, it takes the average American 2 full weeks to make that much.
Yes.
And that's roughly 80 hours of work. But you guys would have accomplished that with just 8 basic trades. And that's not even the best part. You see, Lance has not been keeping these opportunities to himself.
No,
It's
haven't.
got out. He's been sharing them live on his YouTube channel. In fact, one of his followers from Arlington, Texas, wrote in saying he made $42,000 replicating this strategy.
I love that. And Greg actually just sent me a message today about how easy this was. And we love that, Jack. Now, obviously, that's an incredible return. For some folks, 42 grand, it's life-changing. But please note, that particular trader, Greg, probably has a large account in 6 figures. But here's what's cool. You don't need a large 6-figure account to target these 4 p.m. payouts. You don't need years of experience. You don't need to guess which direction the market might head. With just a small account, you can target a bare minimum $250 per day. And if we can repeat that just a few times per week, that could be an extra $1,000 at our disposal. When compared to normal strategies, it's very, very passive. We don't have to manage our position. We don't have to fight that time decay. We don't even have to close the trade manually. Our returns are always posted automatically at 4 p.m. Eastern, no matter what. And that's why I'm here today. You see, earlier this year, I think it was February, earlier this year, I took a bad loss in a space stock called Lunar. In fact, I lost nearly $15,000 trying to time a directional move. It wasn't pretty. I thought this was an A-plus setup, but the market, the stock, it turned against me. It was the biggest loss I've taken in years. But it also shows just how challenging directional trading can be, especially right now. There's so many variables you have to get right. You have to pick the right strike price, the expiration, you have to time your entry.
Tough.
It's hard. I mean, you have to time your exit. You have to be right on direction. But with this new type of trade that we're doing today, we don't have to worry about any of that. The margin for error is so wide, it's hard to be wrong. I'll explain why in just a second, but it's the reason we've won 96% of our trades. All we have to do is set up the trade at 10 a.m., let the market run its expected course. For example, we go back to the middle of March. Now the market didn't lose 5.3 trillion, but it was still difficult trading sideways. Usually not the best. All the news surrounding tariffs created a stretch of very volatile days, up, down, and most people would avoid that type of volatility. But with our trade, it didn't matter at all. The market can finish higher, lower, or sideways, just like today. Each scenario still allows us to target our 4 p.m. payout. For example, if we look back at March 11th, we were sideways, slightly lower, kind of choppy. Normally, we try to avoid this type of downward chop. But with a 4 p.m. payout plan, it doesn't matter. As long as the trade was set up by 10 a.m., we've seen our 4 p.m. payout. In this case, it would have been worth an extra $333. Not bad at all. But let's jump to the next day. Again, slightly lower, choppy. Anyone trading probably lost money, but anyone using the 4 p.m. payout plan would have seen an extra $408 hit their account right at 4 p.m.
Nice.
That's a 40% daily return, 6 hours, based on $1,000. Or the 14th, we finished a little bit higher. You trade direction, might have made money, might have lost, kind of hard. We just slowly grind it up. But with our trade, heck, that's beautiful. We didn't have to worry at all. Right at 4 p.m., our traders had a chance to collect $351. Let's take a look at another one. The market sold off, 4 points, a little bit lower, nothing crazy. Call options, put options, probably got smoked. But using our trade, we had an extra $538.
Sweet.
Hit the account right at 4 p.m.
Lance, that's unbelievable. Despite the market posting 4 different outcomes, your trade posted 4 different winners in all different conditions. And anybody that started the week with just $1,000 would have more than doubled it.
Yes.
In fact, they'd have seen a total profit of $1,631 after just 4 trades.
Yep.
Double your starting stake, and we're looking at an extra $3,262. Now, folks, I don't want to sound cheesy, but it would be pretty great to see a few $100 hit our account at the end of each day. Every single day the market's open, you could have that coming in.
Every day.
Now, imagine finishing your normal workday just to be greeted by a bare minimum $250 every day. The end of your day, $250 coming in. Would you love that? That's money that could be used for any number of things. A happy hour with friends, your next Amazon purchase, the utility bill, nah, not with that money. A fancy dinner for sure.
Looks nice.
With that daily money. Whatever you're into, it does not matter. It's the kind of like having a side hustle, but without putting in any extra hours.
Well, Jack, that's only partially true. Despite our win rate being upwards of 96%, we still have to set up the trade, let the market run its expected course. But ultimately, that's what we're striving for. You see, the 4 p.m. payout plan was designed to work in tandem with your life, not alter it. So if you have a day job, don't quit. If you're saving for retirement, don't stop. This is not what the strategy is about. It's about using a small portion of your current investments to target a daily payout each afternoon. It's not going to make you a millionaire overnight. It won't allow you to retire tomorrow. The goal is to collect at least $250 each afternoon in hopes of making life a little bit easier. Now, if you want to target more or less, yes, absolutely, you can. We have traders, investors of all ages, skill levels, account sizes following the 4 p.m. payout plan. Glenn, who made $50 a day. That's fantastic. Don, who averaged $446 a day.
Average.
We love that.
Love that.
Robert, who pulled in $4,500 a day. As you can see, he's been on fire.
Killing it.
We love that. 4,000, 5,000.
What a strategy, man.
So it doesn't matter what struggles you had in the past. Maybe you've won, lost. Maybe you've been struggling. Our daily strategy was designed to target a payout each afternoon, regardless of how the market moves, just like today. All we have to do is set up the trade and let the market run its expected course.
Now, Lance, it seems like you're sharing this strategy at a very convenient time.
Yes.
The last few months have been incredibly taxing and exhausting, wearing people out. We're dealing with a totally new administration, or something like that, a looming recession, a potential trade war every day, tariff backlashes we don't even know are coming, and a stock market that's lost a year's worth of returns in 4 weeks' time.
Yes. Jack, you're exactly right. And I speak with people almost every day
That's the word.
from all over. And a lot of the folks I talk to are scared.
Scared.
Savings rates are down, interest rates are up, and many people are struggling to cover.
Scared and struggling.
That's what I hear. But here's the thing, Jack. With this, they don't have to because it's going to boost your confidence. The monthly salary is around $4,500 in the US. That's on average. Of course, we all know insurance, mortgage, healthcare, food, eggs, everything has become expensive. The cost of living is around $6,000 a month. There's a $1,500 gap, though, with that.
Right there.
So it shouldn't come as a surprise that 60 million active Americans are searching for additional sources of income. So in my opinion, an extra $250 a day would move the needle for most people, but it would require a full-time job.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and I don't want to work 8 to 10 hours extra per week. I know you don't.
No.
You want to be out there fishing.
That's right. Now, that's right, Lance. I know that I don't want to be working like that, but with your 4 p.m. plan, we have the chance to target a bare minimum $250 almost every single day of the week, every day the market's open. Now, with what you showed me today, it wouldn't be a stretch to fill that $1,500 gap each month. I think it'd be pretty easy to overcome that with this strategy. Based on your average return, it wouldn't have even have taken just 5 trades. Right. So, Lance, why don't you show us how these trades work and how we can set one up with you tomorrow morning?
Ooh, that's what I want, Jack. Absolutely. We're going to do it live together.
Doing it.
So first, let me remind you, we're not perfect. With any strategy, there's bound to be both winners and losses. So never go all in. Never bet the farm on any single trade. In our case, we've lost 1 out of the last 29. It's not because we're doing anything overly special or we're smarter than you or we have PhDs. Nothing like that. Me and Jack are regular guys, like to go fishing, like to go out in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
We're simply aligning our trade with the daily expectations of the stock market. That's it. More specifically, the market makers. You see, no one has a better grasp on what's happening throughout the day than a market maker. Their entire job is to forecast the day's price action and quote the options accordingly. Now, in order to align with them, we use a special metric called the market maker's move, or triple M, MMM. It's a mathematical range that represents the market's best and worst case scenario for the day. Now, the way it works is quite simple. Each morning, the market makers will give us the day's highest possible price, representing the best case scenario, but also the day's lowest price, representing the worst case scenario. You see, this range is supposed to account for all possible events that would move the market in either direction. The good news, the bad news, economic data, global tensions, tariffs, you name it. But here's the thing. Unless something extreme happens, the market rarely ever moves outside this daily range. In other words, it's almost always closing somewhere in the middle. And that's where our strategy begins. You see, we don't care which direction the market moves. It can move higher, lower, even flat, like today. It just needs to finish within the range. That's it. As long as it does, we collect our 4 p.m. payout. For example, just the other week, March 18th, the high end of the range was 570, the low end 560. In this case, we're expecting the market to finish somewhere in the middle. Sure enough, they were right.
They're almost always right.
Well, Jack, you were a former market maker.
I'm telling you, they can't afford to be wrong.
They cannot afford to be wrong. That's right. The market closed at 561, well within the middle of the range. And for us, that's good enough to collect the 4 p.m. payout. Anyone following along could have seen $538 in profit hit their account at 4 p.m. You see, it doesn't matter if the market finishes up, down, or flat. All that matters is it stays within the range, which happens a vast majority of the time. In this example, the market sold off at the open and closed lower on the day. Kind of reminds me of today.
Yeah.
Trading direction, you probably lost money or got a headache. For us, though, it didn't matter. In fact, we love it because we saw right at 4 p.m., our payout time, because we were in the middle of the range.
Lance, that's pretty clever. Brilliant, I would say. An extra $538, all thanks to the market makers. But I know you personally took this trade too. You put your money where your mouth is. And in fact, you saw an extra 1,200 hit your account right at 4 p.m. And I saw you do it again today.
Well, Jack, that's right. But here's the thing. You don't have to put that much in if you don't want. As many times as we've made this trade, your confidence in winning grows pretty quickly.
And that's important because right now, people have their confidence has been shattered with this market meltdown. Anything's been going crazy. People have been tanked in the market and confidence is gone. And this is a very strong benefit is that you can grow your confidence with this strategy when nothing else can grow your confidence like this.
Exactly, Jack. And that's why I was willing to put around 5 grand into that trade. As a result, I saw $1,200 hit my account right at 4 p.m. Eastern. Now, obviously, you didn't need to put that much at all. In fact, you could take this daily trade with $100, $500, $1,000 or more. It's totally up to you. The process is still the same. As long as the market closes within the market maker's range, we should see our 4 p.m. payout. For example, let's look at our trade from March 5th. The high was 585, the low 574, and as long as the market closed somewhere in between, we had the chance to profit. Sure enough, the market makers were right, and we closed at 584. That's in the middle of the range. For us, that's good enough for another 4 p.m. payout. Anyone following along could have seen $408 in profit hit their account when 4 p.m. Eastern. Now, that's what's super cool about this. And that's really the secret to this. You see, the market makers are smart. They set the range wide enough to contain almost any major market movement, including the swing highs, lows, and even surprise events that may happen during the day. For example, the next morning, the high was 580, the low was 570, and that's a pretty large range, about
Huge.
10 points. That's by design. It's meant to capture most major movements that might happen throughout the day. In this case, we knew the market would likely close somewhere in the middle. And, Jack, as you can guess it, it did.
Now, it doesn't have to close in the middle, though. It just has to close between in the range, right?
So like 573
Perfect.
is between 570 and 580. So you have a pretty big cushion there. And once again, that was good enough to collect our 4 p.m. payout. You entered with $1,000, that would be $315 in profit at exactly 4 p.m. But notice what actually happened here. In this example, the market sold off this was a tariff announcement from the president, and the market plunged lower. It was up, then down. And if you were trading, probably would have got stopped out directionally. But for us, just like today, it didn't matter one bit. The market makers set the range wide enough to account for that news. And that's why our win rate is upwards of 96%. We know the market makers will account for most major disruptions that may happen throughout the day.
Lance, that's pretty incredible. I'm impressed. And as a former market maker myself, I can tell you this is a very brilliant way to approach trading. The market makers rarely ever get it wrong. They can't afford to be wrong. You see, the only way they get paid is when the market closes within the range. If it closes outside the range, they can lose money on the options they've sold.
Yes.
That's why they're willing to do anything in their power to defend that range. Now, a lot of times they'll push the market back within its daily range.
And Jack, you made a very, very important point. They will defend those levels. We've seen that happen quite often. For example, we look at March 7th, the high end 578, low end 567, and we closed at 576. Again, that was another 4 p.m. payout plan, the third consecutive. And then we had the bottom end of the range. You can see just how the market bounced as they defended that low end of the range. And then even the high end of the range, they defended that as well.
Exactly.
In this case, the market makers were likely defending its integrity. In other words, they wanted to make sure the market closed within their daily range. And thankfully they did, because it was worth another $333.
Lance, you never seem to disappoint. Anyone who started the week with $1,000 would have doubled their account by Friday.
Wow.
In fact, they would have seen an extra 1,057 in profit after just 3 trades. And don't get me wrong, an extra 1,000 bucks in your pocket is incredible. But that's not the most impressive part. You see, I looked at every trade you posted through March. In total, you recorded 17 wins and just 1 loss. Impressive. Now, that's an insane feat of success. Very few traders can do that. But when you're not 100% reliant on direction, it's difficult not to be successful. In fact, let's walk through each week. Week 1, 3 wins, 0 losses. Week 2, 3 wins, 1 loss. Week 3, 5 wins, 0 losses. And week 4, 5 wins, 0 losses. And then week 5, 1 win, 0 losses. That's a total profit of $5,789.38. That's based on just $1,000 per trade. On an annualized basis, that's upwards of $65,000 per year, not including compounding. And here's what's crazy. That's based on just $1,000 entry per trade. Now, obviously, I'm not saying we'll see $65,000 worth of returns over the next year. I'm not saying that, but it's nice to know it's possible, pending the trades work in our favor. This has the power to do it, which brings me to the trade Lance will share with us live tomorrow. You got to be there, get in on this to get your money too, right? Now, if all goes as planned, we're going to see a bare minimum $250 hit our account at 4 p.m. tomorrow, just like today. Now, obviously, we'd never promise a future outcome, so please do not over leverage yourself. But if you'd like to join us, it's all part of a daily trading program we call the 4 p.m. payout plan. There's nothing like this anywhere on the planet.
Jack, that's right. This unique strategy was designed to help us target a 4 p.m. payout each day without relying on direction. As long as the market stays within the range, which, just like today, and it happens 96% of the time, we should see our daily payout. Since our inception, it's been a massive success. We've seen top traders of all skill levels, account sizes thrive during these crazy market conditions. And I'm so proud of folks like Roger, who made 575 on one of his very first trades. As you can see there, even send a screenshot. Or CT, who made an extra $215. Love that.
Afternoon. Wow.
Look at that. Love that. Or Max, who made 690 bucks on your Robinhood account. So you could do this again. Schwab, Fidelity, Tasty Trade, Robinhood, Webull. Love seeing that from Max. Or Jeff, who bagged an extra 950 bucks in 2 trades. Love that. He goes, I'm going to open a different small account slowly to trade this.
You know, he should do that. All of you should do that. That's a brilliant idea.
And Kathy, who made an extra 5,945 in her first 3 trades.
Man.
Kathy, we do appreciate
Now,
you.
was she brand new?
She was actually in our beta testing.
Wow.
Of the strategy.
That's so cool.
So we love that. And then Doug as well. Look, he goes, I need to have the indicator. He's in the process of this 4 p.m. payout plan out there. He's using the tools that we gave him. And again, we are so happy Doug made $7,258 across 10 trades out there. Robert, who did even more, $14,100 in 3 days. In total, we won 28 out of the last 29. If you invested $1,000 to each, your extra profits would be up $8,486. And keep in mind, that all happened in 29 trading days. Imagine what that could look like over the course of a year. Maybe 2, maybe 5. And best of all, I'm very, very excited to announce this. We can start targeting our next 4 p.m. payout. We're going to do it live together tomorrow morning. We'll be hosting a special workshop a little bit before the market opens at 9:25. When 10 o'clock rolls around, we'll place the trade step by step together. My plan is to walk it through you from A to Z, but it's very, very simple and easy. So if you're new, you'll be able to do this as well. And we'll cover a Q&A, live screen sharing, so everything makes sense. And of course, we'll place the trade right live together at 10 a.m. After that, our workday is done. It's that simple. We don't need to monitor our position. We don't have to time our exit. The trade will automatically close at 4 p.m.
You don't have to do anything to exit?
Just like today, Jack, nothing. At 4 p.m., It's over. And 96% of the time, using probability and math, we like to do this trade. Again, we're aiming for about 250 bucks. But please remember, excuse me, this is not a one-time thing. We can set up this trade almost every single
That's
day.
the cool part.
So I'm going to invite you to join my private 4 p.m. payout plan Telegram channel. You can consider this the headquarters for all the daily alerts. Each trade will be delivered right around 10 a.m. each morning. All you have to do is read it and follow along. Over the next year, you can expect 200 different trade opportunities over the 200 chances to target that $250 per day from a strategy that has won more than 90% of the time. On occasion, there'll be a day or two where we don't trade, but we'll still let you know. And here's the beauty of this whole thing. We'll be trading the same ticker, same expiration, same date, every single day. Even if you're new, it's very easy and simple to follow along.
Lance, I couldn't agree more. Child's play. I've seen the trades and they're very beginner friendly. So if you're a beginner, don't worry. If you can order a pizza with toppings, you can enter this trade. You're not trading iron condors,
No.
okay? You're not doing butterfly
Oh,
spreads.
no.
Nothing complicated. You're not bouncing around from ticker to ticker.
No.
You're simply aligning, and I love that. You're aligning your trade with the expectations of the market makers. That's going to give you a huge edge.
Yes.
And as long as the market finishes within their daily range, which it does most of the time, we should see our 4 p.m. payout automatically, just like what happened on March 25th. Top of the range was set by the market makers at 579. Bottom of the range set, 575. And all we had to do is set the trade at 10 a.m. and let the market run its expected course.
That's it.
And in this case, the market closed right in the middle of the range. It's ironic how often this happens. So you'll notice the market made zero gains that day. So if you were trading direction, you didn't make any money. But that didn't matter one bit because we still collected our 4 p.m. payout, $408. Just got to have it in that range. I see the trades and they're very beginner friendly. If you can order a pizza with toppings, you can enter this trade. You're not trading iron condors again. You're not doing butterfly spreads. You're not doing anything crazy or complex. You're not bouncing around from ticker to ticker. Very straightforward. You're simply aligning your trade with the expectations of the market makers that day. And as long as the market finishes within their daily range, we should see our 4 p.m. payout. Like clockwork, just what happened on March 25th. The top of the range was set at 579. Bottom of the range was set at 575. And all we had to do was set up the trade by 10 a.m. and let the market run its expected course. In this case, the market closed right in the middle of the range. And you'll notice it made zero gains for the day. If you're day trading directionally, you made nothing, probably lost because it didn't matter one way. We still made our 4 p.m. payout, $408.
Love that. Just like today.
Just like today. And anybody following along would have seen $428 profit hit their account right at 4 p.m. Eastern automatically.
Jack, you said it perfectly. Now, obviously, that's a nice payday, especially considering we only had to risk $1,000. But say you doubled your starting stake, that payout would be worth an extra $856. Or maybe you did a little bit more, say $5K. That would have been worth $2,692. And with that kind of potential, it's easy to see why the membership starts at $23.49.
Yikes.
Yeah, you said it.
No. I was just kidding because it was on there. That's a no-brainer deal.
But Jack, I got something extra for folks. Now, of course, you're going to get those 200 alerts that we talked about earlier in the private Telegram channel, the live workshop tomorrow morning, the trade tracker, the masterclass, all the trainings. And we have another bonus, though, that I have not mentioned yet. So today, and thank you all for being here so much, we're doing something extra special. You see, all the returns we showed were based on $1,000 starting stake.
That's it.
Now, with that, we've seen right around that $298, $333, $480. But we want to help you get started today. So first of all, we're going to slash $1,000 off the sale price.
Ooh.
My hope is that you can use that over the next trade opportunity.
Like tomorrow. Lance, that's very generous of you, knocking 1,000 off. So basically, anybody who joins today won't have to pay the
No.
$23.49 membership fee. That'd be a no-brainer price. That'd be a great price.
It
You're
would,
taking
but
$1,000 off that?
yes, Jack, that's right. Now, instead, they'll be able to join for just a one-time payment of $13.49. And given the challenges we've seen in the economy, the stock market, and day-to-day lives, I think the 4 p.m. payout plan could help relieve a little bit of those fears that
Yes.
folks are experiencing today. In fact, I wanted to make the price so affordable that we could have the chance to cover it with just a handful of trades. So if you'd like to join us tomorrow
I would.
and every day moving forward,
I do.
you'll want to get out your credit card right now. And here's why. You see, everyone who joins today during this webinar will get access to my personal market makers indicator. This is the very same indicator
Wait,
you
are you
use.
giving that free
It's included. Yes.
as a free bonus?
Yep.
That thing, you could charge $5,000 for that.
Well, publisher Nate wanted to charge $1,000, but
You're
you
giving
get
it
that.
away?
Everyone here, the 290 people in the webinar,
Going
when they
crazy.
sign up, will get that as well. You see, what this will do is it will plot the daily range that we spoke about on your chart, and it will help you select the trade. It plays a huge role in our success. In fact, during tomorrow's live workshop, I'll show you how to put it on your chart and teach you how to use it. Now, I could easily charge an additional $9.97. Well, that's what Nate wanted to charge
Or more.
for the
That's
indicator.
priceless.
But to help you get started, we'll include with your membership at no extra cost.
That's cool.
Here's what's super cool too. It doesn't just work on the market ticker we trade, but it works with all tickers. So if you want to trade NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, it will help you open up for more daily opportunities.
Unlimited opportunities.
You got that right. But keep in mind, it's for only folks who join today. So if you're watching the webinar, you'll get that included with your membership. If you're watching this webinar with me and Jack, that will be included. The market maker indicator, the 200 plus trade alerts, the full education training, all our live training sessions. Just go to lanceapolito.com/4 p.m. You can also click the link in the chat. It's the easiest and fastest way to get
Or put
signed
your
up.
name and phone number in the chat, because if you got 800 people hitting the order page all at once, it could freeze up. If you want to
That-
avoid that, put your name and phone number in the chat. We'll get you locked in.
And all the details of your membership are on the next page. Do it now so you're prepared for tomorrow morning. If you want to talk to a real person, we have an amazing staff in sunny Florida at 904-706-3539. They can take your order by phone. That's 904-706-3539. Say you're on the webinar, and we really appreciate you calling in. Everyone who joins today will receive my market maker indicator.
That is the reason to join right there.
It's
If it's not that, I don't know what. That's crazy.
I had lots of emails of people asking about it. So I'm very, very happy we got that for y'all today. Plus $1,000 discount that could be used over these 4 p.m. payout plan opportunities. Out of the last 29 attempts, our trade has paid out 28 times, and anyone started with just this $1,000 per trade would be looking at over $8,486.
Strong.
And keep in mind, Jack, this is some of the worst times in the market we've experienced these really past, 2 to 3 months. Imagine how much better it could get during more stable market conditions.
Can't wait.
And remember, tomorrow morning, we'll walk you through the entire 4 p.m. payout plan. Then at 10 a.m., we'll enter the trade together. If all goes well, we could see that 250 hit our account right at 4 p.m. And that will be posted to live in the private Telegram channel that you get, and you'll get for the next 200 plus trades. If you'd like to attend, get signed up for the 200 plus trade alerts, the market maker indicator, our masterclass, the full trade report, the market ticker guide, the option criteria, the trade alerts, everything with full customer care available for you every day, 10 to 1. Get signed up right now, lanceapolito.com/4 p.m. And Jack, we're going to get to questions in the chat in just a moment, but let me address some of the most common ones.
Let's go. The number one question is, how much does it cost to take the average trade?
Sure. Now you can start with as little as $100. If all works out, that would be right around $25 in your account at 4 p.m.
I like that.
So you can start small and scale over time.
So what you're saying here is these are like 25 to 30 to 40% per day?
We aim for that 20-25%.
That's, whew,
Yeah.
I don't know anything that's doing that on a daily basis or even coming close.
Well, and that's the beauty of it. Like we had Glenn who did $50 a day. That's fine.
Yeah.
We
And
love
he
that.
built his confidence, right? Next thing
Yes.
you know, he's trading $1,000. Now, question 2, how many trades per week should we expect?
Almost every day. So I would say on average 3 to 4, but sometimes we do every day of the week.
Okay.
To be honest. For example, if we look at April 7th, we did 5 trades in 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and all closed at full profit at 4 p.m., which we love. That was an extra $1,329. So you can see, Jack, that's our goal, right around that 250
strong,
bucks.
man. That 250 on 1,000, that's 25% per day. If you annualize that, that'd be like
That's insane.
3,000% return a year.
But please note, there will be losers thrown in there as well. But that was our weekly goal, $1,329.
Now, will this trade violate pattern day trading rules?
No, sir. Since each trade is automatically closed at 4 p.m. when the market closes, it does not count as a day trade.
So do they have to do anything to close out the trade?
Nope.
Wow.
Since it's an index, there's no stock assignment. There's
no chance of assignment?
Nope. There's no early. It's European style, so there's no
Oh.
early thing. They can't get shares of stock. It's an index, and it's
Awesome.
a huge advantage,
Yes.
which there's even more advantages we'll talk in the
Tomorrow
members
morning.
area.
Yeah. All right. Now, what ticker is this thing working on a day-to-day basis?
The good question. Now, it's not the SPY, QQQ, or the Dow, the Diamond ETF. Those are actually putting you all at a disadvantage. It's a special market ticker that trades for just a fraction of the others. It allows us to get filled at cheap prices and pay less taxes on our capital gains.
Sweet.
In fact, we put together a complete report sharing the ticker symbol and the advantages of trading it. It's inside your members area right now, and you want to read it before tomorrow's session if you can. So
Probably
please.
should, right?
And we got this. The CBOE actually talks about it on their website, which is super cool. So they did basically the whole report for us.
Well, this is a brand new thing to trade, by
Yes.
the way. Nobody's figured this out like Lance. He's got a cutting edge advantage in here. And it is a new asset.
It is. It is a brand new index. So tomorrow we'll be trading live together right at 9:25 a.m. So get there early and put on the trade at 10 a.m. Eastern.
All right. How do I install the indicator? Is it hard?
It's very, very simple. There's installation link in the members area. You could click on it and it works on your Thinkorswim platform, or you could copy the code and paste it on your Thinkorswim platform. Very simple to do. We made it as easy as possible. Maybe it will take 60 seconds or so. However, if you do need additional assistance, we'll also give you access to the customer service trade team. That's Monday through Friday, 10 to 1 p.m., where we have a fantastic trained staff who is trained with the 4 p.m. payout plan and the market maker indicator that you're getting today. If you have any questions, they'll be sure to answer them, or they will just forward over to me on Slack. Anything they can't answer, they'll pass along to me. And Jack, for question 5.
What type of account permissions do I need to enter these trade? Like options permissions, certain level?
Sure. So most broker platforms will require level 2. Tasty Trade, Robinhood, Schwab, Interactive, Fidelity. Usually it will be level 2, sometimes level 3 out there. So if you haven't clicked the sign up link, go ahead, do that right now.
Now, folks, if you're having reservations, I get it. Trading one strategy every day might not seem logical, but the numbers speak for themselves.
Yes, they do.
And I can't think of any strategy that's won 96% of the time and still allows you to target 25% per day or 250 bucks. That's amazing. And that's why I want you to try the 4 p.m. payout plan for the next 14 days to make sure it's a good fit. And at any time within the 14 days, you decide the strategy doesn't resonate, simply call Lance's team and we'll refund your membership cost. Although I'd be surprised if that happened because people are killing it with this and they're absolutely loving it. Now, between February and March, this trade won now 29 times with one loss. The average return per day was $292. Facts. Now, so far in April, we're doing just as well, probably going to do better. And I've seen countless success stories from top students, both new and old. But I love it when a new person can do this because they're the ones most skeptical, like Don, who's won 7 in a row with an average return of $450 per day. There's the proof. He's sending it to you. Just the facts here, right? People are killing it.
He goes, this has been the best trades I've done lately.
Yeah, I bet. GT, who's won his last 4 in a row. Lance, you're the man, right? Yeah, they're killing it with this. Regular people, new people, experienced people. This is for everyone.
Fourth straight winner in a row.
Fourth. How would that boost your confidence? Then Joyota, who made an extra 420 in just one day. Wow, that's a confidence booster. Look at this. Peter nailed several for around $400 a pop, right?
Love that.
Get that money. Or Mark, who made an extra $300 on one trade in a day, right? Or Dennis, who made an extra 1,780 in just 1 week. Or Roger, who banked another 1,500 bucks on Tuesday in an afternoon, one day. Then James, 71-year-old spring chicken. He banked $4,702. No age is not a factor. Mike made an extra, am I reading that right? $58,000 in March.
Yeah, we've had some big traders and small traders.
You know how to show people how to make the money. Now, the feedback has been nothing short of incredible for new people, experienced people, everybody. Here's what Gary had to say. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the XSP trade method. This is the best short-term trading method I've seen in 60 years of trading. I look forward to making money every day, making steady profits every day. Thank you again. Everybody wants that. Even Graham sent us a note. I only did a contract with all the crazy volatility, but hey, $100 on a day like today with the S&P down 5%. Look, he's making money when the market. This is exactly what you said.
That's a big move.
That's exactly what you said, right? It doesn't matter if the market goes down and he made money. He says, maybe I'll splurge and surprise Carly with a fun dinner date. Hey, you got to get in. I know you want to join. Click the link in the chat or put your name and phone number in the chat. And when you do, you could be one step closer to joining some of Lance's most successful students. Can't wait to hear from you. And remember, Lance will be sharing the next 4 p.m. opportunity tomorrow in his live trade workshop. So if you want in on the action, which I'm sure you do, you'd be crazy not to, go to lancehippolito.com/4 p.m. or put your name and phone number in the chat or click the link on the chat. We're going to get you locked and loaded. How would you like to see $250 hit your account tomorrow? Type it in and say, I'd love it. If you'd like to see it, say, I'd love to see $250 hit my account tomorrow. He's going to make it happen. I've seen it so many times. I have no doubt that if you get on tomorrow, you're going to see that cash flow. Yeah.
Wow, we have lots of folks in the chat.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah.
And if you want, please feel free to go to that link in the chat, lancehippolito.com/4 p.m. Or you could call 904-706-3539. The workshop will be tomorrow morning at 9:25 a.m. Gives us about 35 minutes to get prepped for that 10 a.m. trade out there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Now, are you ever going to do more than one of these classes live with?
Yes, I think, Jack, we have about 4 scheduled on the books. So if you can't make tomorrow's, no worries. I think we have one, another one this week and then a couple next week as well. So if you can't make it tomorrow morning, I know it's kind of last minute. Don't worry, it will be recorded, but we have about 4 total over these next couple of weeks out there. So a quick rundown before we get in the chat. A one-time payment of $13.49 will get you
no brainer
200 plus Telegram trade alerts every morning at 10 a.m. The market maker indicator, that's included in that $13.49 one-time payment. You have a 14-day money-back guarantee. The 4 p.m. payout live workshop.
Priceless.
$1,000 off today. So awesome. Very, very happy. The ticker bonus report of why we trade these instead of like a SPY or QQQ and the advantages of why we do them. The trade tracker access, the trade room access, the option criteria with the full alerts, the installation support that is complimentary, and of course the master classes where we'll be screen sharing. Come, bring your questions, answers, and of course you get that market makers indicator all included Priceless. For only $13.49. Just go to lancehippolito.com. That's lancehippolito.com/4 p.m. Or you can click the link in the chat. I can't even find the link in the chat. I can't even find the link in the chat.
There it is.
There we go.
Now, Lance, can you do this in an IRA or 401k?
Yes, you can, Jack. I have a IRA and a 401k, and you can do it in there as well.
Now, I saw there was only one loss, and it was small, 70%. Does that, if they have a loss, is that about it?
Yes. So usually we don't have to do any management, but unless something crazy happens throughout the day, obviously there are losses.
One loss in 30 trades. and that didn't even eat up very many winning trades. That's
Correct.
awesome. And any broker will do.
Yes, Robinhood, Schwab, Tasty Trade, Interactive Brokers. As long as you have a major US broker platform, you are good to go.
Now, the number of contracts will vary, correct?
Yes. So Marky Mark asks us a very good question, and good to see you, Mark. I understand you can do just one contract, but how many contracts for $1,000 trade for XXP? So real good question, Mark. We'll give you two. We'll give you XXP and SPX. If you're doing XXP, you want to do about 10 contracts for that 200 to 250 bucks. If you do 20 or more contracts, we're also going to give you the SPX. SPX is just 10x the size of XXP. So that will give you cheaper commissions for it, and it has all the same advantages from no assignment risk, no early assignment. You get taxed. They're European settled, so way better. So there's no, you get stock or anything. And there's massive tax advantages for trading these two, XXP and SPX. Now, if you're doing SPX, you only have to do two contracts for that $200 to $250 daily income. So for that 4 p.m. payout, you would only have to do two contracts. So with SPX, you're going to look for about $100 to $120 per day per contract. With XXP, you're going to aim for about $20 to $25 per contract per day. So that would be about 10.
Now, do you send the trades out only on Telegram?
Yes.
And
so
that's free?
It's free. Telegram, we actually have a link where you installate like a installation guide. You could do it on your cell phone like I do, as you saw today, or even on your computer or laptop. Very, very simple. You get access. It's called a 4 p.m. payout plan Telegram channel. You'll get access, and then all the trades will be posted there right at 10 a.m. going forward.
Now, you give me the trade at 10 a.m. and I'm sleepy and busy and I'm having slow roll in my morning.
Yes, Jack.
And I can't get it right at 10, even though it takes a minute. What about it's 10:30 or 11? Can I still place that trade, or do I got to just rush right in?
No, as long as nothing crazy happens, there should be still some time. But if you were like, hey, Lance, I woke up at 1:30 p.m. Or 2 p.m., or maybe you were fishing in the morning, I would say, hey, just wait, because we're doing it every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. So that's coming in the morning, and that's only on Telegram. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's beautiful. We covered the average loss, no risk of assignment. This is not day trading.
No.
Awesome. Now they should read that report before tomorrow morning, just so it's not totally foreign to them.
Jack, I wanted to make sure I included so much education with this that when you get started today, read the report, but there's also an 8-part video series. This video series will cover how to install the market maker indicator, how to use the market maker indicator, the strategy, the why behind it all. So I'm going to give you the full details so you're fully understanding how to use this. And that's important because I want you to be able to do this on your own, especially like this week. We have some of the big tech earnings. You can even use that market maker indicator to find the guide of where they think Facebook can go, the high end and the low end of the range.
That's why I say that market maker indicator all by itself is priceless. I really can't believe you're giving it away free, because that allows them to find unlimited opportunities. They're not just confined to the one trade per day, even though that's perfect for 99.9% of the people. If you really wanted to go crazy, you could take that market maker indicator and do it on any stock you want.
Exactly. And that's what's super cool. Yes, we have full, if there's anything that goes on throughout the day out of the ordinary, we'll also send you an update on Telegram. But again, this is meant not to have to baby or exit or do anything timing. Literally, you place the trade at 10 a.m. and then that's it. It expires at 4 p.m.
Awesome.
Max value is the goal, and that money gets credited to your account. You don't have to do anything. There's no real risk of stock assignment, no early assignment. No, it's not working out, I have to close it out early. Nothing like that. 4 p.m. win, lose, or draw, the trade's over, and then you move on to the next day.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of trading the tickers, the XXP and SPX, is since they're indexes, there's so many advantages. And especially that XXP, which is a brand new product by the CBOE, it allows people with small accounts to have access to the largest index in the world. We have people from all over, even Singapore. I had a lady message me back and forth that she was doing it because everyone in the world wants access to that S&P 500, that
They do.
SPX.
And this new product is just booming. It's exploding.
It is. It's getting real popular. And as a market maker, they love coming out with these short dated options and new tickers because it's more
for them.
More for them.
Now, when they get the alert, is there anything in there any hole in that alert, or is it complete? Tell them exactly everything they need to do. Now, if they still have questions, though, the customer support live, they understand the strategy and they can help fill in any gaps in their understanding.
Exactly.
Awesome. So full everyday live customer support. They understand the trade.
Yes.
Yeah, this is beautiful. I don't know why anybody would not want this. This has got the biggest bang for your buck on a daily basis I've ever seen.
Exactly. And we're giving people a message saying, hey, can we do this on Interactive Brokers?
Yeah.
Yes. Can we do it on Webull?
Yes.
Yes. Can we do it on Schwab? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I use right now.
I use it Schwab.
Exactly. So, like I said, very, very cool, brand new product that the CBOE just listed. And if you have a small account, trade the XXP, a bigger account, you could do SPX, or you could do both, like I've been doing. And there's just so many advantages from it that take a minute when you sign up to read that special report. I know some of you guys and girls just want the alerts, and I feel you on that, but we're also trying to give you so much value so that you can do this on your own with the market maker indicator. It's included with your membership and all the other bonuses and trainings, because the goal, just like you guys and girls wanted to do it every day, we accomplished that, accomplished the indicator for you, accomplished the training, and really open up your mind to a brand new style that works in this current market environment. And it's all for only $13.49, one time payment.
I
you
can't
get
believe
everything.
What a no-brainer. You're getting that market maker indicator. I think that thing's priceless. What's going to happen is you're going to get so good at doing these daily trades that you're going to find them on your own. You're going to become an expert at this. Now, Lance, he knows you're going to make the money. That's not the real issue. The issue is, can you be an expert and use this for life? Because once you know how to make money on a daily basis, you got the most powerful skill in the world. I mean, just think about it. $250 or more. That's 25% on 1,000, $25 on 100. Same thing, 2,500 on 10,000. There's nothing that's going to give you a bigger bang for your buck than this, and nothing on a daily basis. Short-term trading in the rest of the world is like 4 or 5 days. You're talking 6 hours.
Yeah,
it's
6 hours.
There's no market risk,
and
it doesn't matter.
It's not considered day trading because we are not closing out the trade before 4 p.m. At 4 p.m., the index closes, it expires, so we don't have to do anything. So it's the beauty of that, Jack. It's, we don't have to have any special accounts. Like you said, you can do this in a cash account, retirement account, a regular broker account, a margin account, a 401k account, a Robinhood account like I use, a Schwab account, which I use as well.
Well, why is it not considered day trading? Because I know people just can't get that out of their head that if you're doing a trade every day,
you
it's
have
got
to
to be day
exit.
trading.
Right. So you would think, okay, well, I have to exit a trade if I put it on.
That's a round trip.
Right. But since we're doing the SPX and XXP, which are indexes, the indexes are only options, right? So there's only options, not stock with them. You can't buy SPX stock, right? The SPY you can. So you have a lot more risk doing SPY. Since they're indexes and at 4 p.m. they expire, they automatically close out. We don't have to close any of them out.
So the option is expiration day is that day.
That day, and we don't have to manage it at all since it expires.
So there's no close, there's no day trade.
Exactly. Since there's no close, there's no day trading.
Yeah.
The only time it considers day trade if you close it out that same day, like maybe you close it out early, then it would be considered, but that's not going to happen 3 times in a 5.
No, and there'd be no reason to. If you're up on the trade, you're going to be up at 4 p.m.
Right. You're not going to.
I think this is so fascinating because most of the time people take more risk than they realize when they do a directional trade. And with this, you've taken the risk out of it because you've given yourself such a cushion on both sides.
Yes.
That you don't need to be right. This is how you can be
right.
You can win when you're wrong, say right? And it's not like it's delta neutral, meaning like if the stock was just flat, we'd lose. I love this because you got a wide range. You can have a volatile day and still win. You can have a normal day and still win. You could have a super quiet day and still win. It doesn't matter what Trump's saying, what tariffs come out. None of that matters. The broad market doesn't even matter, right? Because you
Yeah, yeah.
already have an edge when you're seeing the range the market makers put in. The stock closes in the middle of that range or anywhere between the range, and you're golden. And that, my friend, is an enormous edge. And you'll see it when you join tomorrow. You'll see it in action. You'll see the cash flow hit your account. Hopefully, the next day, and the next day after that, you'll be off to the races.
Exactly. And also, this works on Fidelity as well. It will just be period, so .xxp if you are having questions on that. How long is the program good for? Well, we have the sale available today for only $13.49.
I don't think it's going to be available next week, though, is it?
Usually they only run it for about a
Couple
week or
days.
so. Yeah. So this might be it unless obviously there's demand and they book us again. The max loss would be so basically it would be $75 if you're collecting 25, or it would be 750 if you're collecting 250. So that will answer that. You just put in the time. Yep. So you enter the trade, Marianne, at 10 a.m. and then at 4 p.m. it's over. That's when the credit hits your account, and there's nothing really to do between 10:01 to 4 p.m.
It doesn't require any margin, Kendall. No margin
Yeah.
at all. But if you have a margin account,
That's fine.
Then the $1,000 is on margin. That's cool too. But it doesn't require you to have a margin account. Just it requires you to have an options account.
Right. Exactly. Okay, and we have some guides. So for E-Trade, it's $XXP. For Fidelity, it's .XXP.
And you go over all that in the
Yes,
training session.
we do.
So if you have questions about the strategy, which I'm sure you do, write them down, because tomorrow is the proper time and place.
Here's a good question. Is there a reason this would not work with the trading the micro E-mini instead? You can. You could trade the E-mini S&P or the micro E-mini S&P. You get the same advantages tax-wise and everything like that. You can. It's just we prefer the index SPX XXP, but you can. Totally works on the on those as well. Same with SPY, it does, but with that, SPY has a little bit less advantages from a tax perspective, and obviously it's a pretty expensive stock, and you can get assignment early. So we prefer this, less taxes and good liquidity and no assignment risk because it's European style.
Love it.
Yeah, so way more advantages, and it's cash settled, as Robert says, which is what you want.
Now it's time to invest in yourself. And everybody you saw that wrote in to Lance about how much they've made, you have the exact same talent and ability they have. You just need to take action and invest in yourself and follow a proven program, which is what this is. This can make all the difference for you. Get signed up now while you still can.
Exactly. Thank you, Jack.
Yes.
Let me see what else we have. So David, that would be credit. I lost sound. Can I just call? Of course you could, Sharon.
Yeah.
You could call, or if you want, we could have a team member call you. But our phone number here in Florida is 904-706-3539. Or if you want to leave your number, only the team will see it. But if you have any questions or just want to call, that's 904-706-3539. We look forward to it. Is this a yearly price or lifetime? So I believe the $13.49 is for the 200 alerts plus the market maker indicator and all the bonuses. I believe that is for 1 year, but I would say if you click that link, lanceapolito.com/4 p.m., I believe there will be options where you can get 2 year or maybe even more. I would say click on the link though in the chat, or give us a call to confirm that though. I know usually they have for these opening day webinars that they usually have the best special. So if you do it now, you'll probably get the best. Oh, there we go. Sarah posted it. So 2 years, it's only, is that right? 300?
Only 300
$300
But the
more?
lifetime deal is the one you want.
Yeah, it's only, wow, it's only what, like 1,100 more,
That's
1,200
that's the
more.
deal you want, the lifetime deal.
Yeah.
If you call in 904-706-3539, have your credit card ready and tell them you want the lifetime deal.
Yeah.
All right, on the 4 p.m. plan.
Uh,
That's the one you want.
Exactly. George, we give you those full details, and actually it will showcase every single day with the market maker indicator. So you'll never never left knowing what do I need to do. It will actually showcase it for you every single day. And of course, at 10 a.m., we'll give you that alert as well. Jack, let's get into a few more questions here. We have some really good ones. So great, great everyone in the chat. You guys are right on the knowledge part. You're getting it down, which I'm very, very happy to see. Yep, that would be, so we place the trade at 10 a.m. and then at 4 p.m. That is the exit time, but you don't manually have to. That's when the stock market closes. So the trades automatically close at 4 p.m.
It expires every day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you don't have to do anything.
Right. And since it's an index, they
wipe it off, journal it off.
Yep. And to the next day and the next day.
That's so clean. You know, at the end of the day, you're done. You don't have to take anything home mentally and carry positions overnight because, as you know, from one morning to the next, it's wild out there. But when you wait a half an hour after the open, let the dust settle a little bit and get that market maker range, you can enter that trade with confidence, knowing that it's worked out 90+% of the time. And getting paid every day at that high interest rate.
Yeah.
Man, that's why I love it. I get jacked up about this. And, there's a huge gap in being able to day trade. It's something everybody wants to do because you want to get money every month. But there's no strategy that I've seen that consistently works. Most people are just taking a pot shot. You've already got the stats behind you. This is brilliant. This is why you got to get in.
Why most day traders lose money. So if we do the opposite of what most day traders do, that would be make money. So the market makers are the ones selling the options to those day traders. Who wins? Market makers, like your former self. So all we're doing is we're siding on the correct side every single day of the market makers, just like how they make money. We're just replicating what they do. And the beauty with the new technology, and thanks to the CBOE, is we can do this every single day, which wasn't available, years ago. So it's fantastic that we're able to offer this, and fantastic that the CBOE has created these new products, and really just want to share that with everyone because there was so much demand, so many questions, so much great feedback, and we appreciate all you beta testers out there for doing this day in and day out these last couple of months. So we really just owe you all a big thank you, and you're part of why the program exists. You guys wanted it so bad. We did our best to deliver in a timely manner, and also we're able to offer it for what I would consider one of the best priced products. At least for me, I've been able to do.
This is a no-brainer price. I just can't believe it's this low. And the lifetime deal is the one you want. You got that market maker indicator. Sky's the limit with what you can do with that. But you're going to make plenty of money just following these daily trades, and you're going to be loving it. It's so simple and so clean. When he just showed me today at 4, it worked, and he hasn't been monitoring this or looking at this. Your life is free during the day. You don't have to track this thing. You don't have to watch it. You're closed out at 4. You could be in a coma and the trade is still going to close out. Got to love this thing. You got to get on board, got to invest in yourself, got to take action. Let's get going.
Exactly.
Tomorrow morning, we'll be rolling.
No, it's just no shipment for the indicator. It's just a copy and paste link.
It's a link.
Yeah, and we actually give you the code so you can copy the code as well. And some of y'all will probably go into the code and even make it a little bit more better. Completely fine. Again, that's part of when you sign up. Today, you get everything, and that's what we wanted, full transparency. Rado, good to see you. He says, what happens when the VIX falls below 20? Nothing, still fine, just that wiggle room becomes a little bit narrower. So higher VIX, more wiggle room, lower VIX, less wiggle room, but that's really it. Yeah, and you can do, we'll give that to you, Marek. We'll give you that as well. But yeah, you can if you want. Exactly. But we'll give you full details, but of course you can if you want. The beta list, that's only for the basically what we call Diamond Club members. So they get early access to everything and kind of, I don't know how you would call it, the VIP. Yeah, the VIP of
If
the
you're
VIP.
interested in Diamond Club, you
would have to
call
call in.
904-706-3539.
It's specific to each individual, but I will warn you, I think memberships start around $20,000 for that. So it is a little bit higher price for sure. So just a little warning. I think it's $20,000 to $30,000 if I'm not mistaken. But we do have some fantastic people who've joined, and we really do thank them for testing this out to, continues to make it. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Zoom user. We appreciate you so much out there.
You're going to love this, man. I know I do. It's so unique. I've seen so many different strategies. Nothing this clean, nothing this easy, nothing that pays out like this. I mean, think about that. Putting down $1,000, going for 250 or more every day, 25% return per day. That is amazing. And it's possible here. You just got to take action. And I can't encourage you enough. The man is right here, Lance. He's going to walk you through it tomorrow live.
Yep.
You're going to
see our executive suite.
Our executive suite. Everybody who's on there tomorrow is going to see cash flow hit their account.
Yeah,
that's right.
And we wanted to just make sure we're 1,000% prepared. So we're at the hotel right now, but the internet was a little wiggle room. And I said, hey, tomorrow
can't risk it.
We can't risk it. We're going to go. We ran an executive suite just so we can be in there all day to answer as many questions, to walk you through everything. We'll be starting tomorrow at 9:25. It will be recorded. Don't worry. We'll probably be going till, I would assume, like 11 o'clock. But also we have multiple. I think we have 4 total live trading workshops together, master classes. They will all be recorded, but we just want to make sure, your hard-earned money gets put to work well. So we're going to do as much training as possible, get you guys down with the strategy, but it's very, very simple, actually. It's
so very simple. I think you're going to be shocked at how simple it really is.
A lot of times the problem with, I feel like a lot of people I talk with, they think they have to day trade the markets. They have to buy the low, sell the high, and do that multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be the first one to tell you right now, and we experienced today, that's difficult.
I think it's impossible.
Down, then rally. Yeah.
It's so much easier to trade within a range than it is trying to predict which way a stock is going to go.
Right.
That's why this thing's killing it.
In the short term. So Sarah has grabbed the screen. Thank you. Bill K, real good question. Does the TOS code translate to TradingView? No, it doesn't. And Bill, let me tell you why. TradingView doesn't have the option market in their platform. It's just a charting platform. What we do is we take the data from the option market, so the at-the-money straddle and the market makers move, and we display that on a chart. Unfortunately, we did lots of testing with TradingView. They just don't have the capability because they're not a full service platform to do it. So we didn't want to, half-ass something for TradingView if it wasn't done 1,000% correct. So it only works on Thinkorswim. What you can do is download Thinkorswim. It's free, and you can place trades on Robinhood or whatever broker you use. Like, for example, I have a Robinhood account where I place some trades with on my phone. And it's very, very simple to do that way as well. And also, too, I'll be posting in the Telegram channel actually here in a minute. For Fidelity and E-Trade, I'll be posting, there's a $ and dot ahead of the tickers. So I'll be posting that in the Telegram channel just so everyone is familiar for tomorrow as well. But you get everything. The 14-day money back guarantee, of course, is included. The market maker indicator, 200 plus Telegram trade alerts, and access to come tomorrow. That's 9:25 a.m. to our live class, and we'll be having about 4 of those total out there. If you can't, by the way, if you can't run TOS, don't worry. I also have a training on how to calculate the market maker's move. So you can do this again on any broker platform. I show you exactly how to calculate it each and every day. So you don't have to use the market maker indicator. It's just a bonus value. We wanted to include it. Yeah. And if you don't get the welcome email Sarah just posted, don't worry. It may take a little bit of time. She just said the system is a little slow at processing. We've had some amazing feedback from this, so thank you. And we do apologize if it takes a little bit for your one click and your email, your confirmation email. It's just, we had a lot of demand today. But Sarah, if you want to grab the screen, please, and take it away. I know we have some fantastic questions in the chat that you can get to, and I hope we tried to answer as many as possible.